Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. This time we're diving deep into same-day courier services in Boston.
Yeah, and this is an interesting one.
It is.
It seems like our listener has done a ton of research on this. Articles, blog posts, even some success stories.
Yeah. It looks like they really want to understand, what makes these services tick.
Definitely. How they benefit businesses especially.
Right, and how easy and convenient they are to use, which is like, music to my ears. Who doesn't want things to be easier and more convenient?
Exactly. Especially in a city like Boston.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Speaking of, convenience and speed, one of the articles starts with this scenario, and I love this. Imagine you're a lawyer
Okay.
at a big firm in Boston. It's Friday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
You suddenly realize that some super important documents for a Monday morning merger haven't been signed.
Oh, no.
That's a problem.
Big problem. Yeah, Friday afternoon, you said.
Friday afternoon.
Yikes. Yeah, that definitely highlights a growing trend in Boston, doesn't it? Businesses need quick and secure delivery solutions.
Yeah, you can't be waiting days for a package.
Right. You just don't have that kind of time. Not in today's world.
Especially not in Boston.
No.
So that's where these on-demand courier services come in.
Exactly.
What's the difference between these new services and the old school courier model?
Well, it all boils down to technology, really. You can book a courier in just a few taps on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can track the package in real time.
Wow.
And it's delivered within hours, not days.
So you're saying if I need something delivered across town right now, I can have it, picked up and delivered within a couple of hours.
Absolutely. And that kind of speed and control for businesses, I mean, that's invaluable.
It is. It's peace of mind too, knowing that those important documents or whatever it is
For sure.
are handled quickly and securely.
Right. And efficiently. That's a big one. Efficiency is key for any business, especially in a fast-paced city like Boston. And speaking of Boston, it seems like these services are popping up everywhere here. What is it about this city that makes it such a hub for same-day delivery? Is it just the traffic?
Yeah, I mean, you would think so, right?
I mean, traffic's definitely a factor, but there's more to it than that.
Okay.
Think about it. Boston's a major center for finance, healthcare, tech education.
Oh, yeah.
All industries where time is literally money.
Right.
You've got hospitals needing lab results, ASAP law firms filing time-sensitive documents.
Right. And then when you factor in the traffic and parking situation here,
Oh, yeah. Forget about it.
it's a nightmare.
Same-day couriers, they just become essential.
They really do. So it's not just a convenience, it's like a necessity for a lot of these businesses.
Absolutely. And another thing that really stood out to me from the research is the focus on security.
Oh, yeah. Especially with sensitive information,
Yeah.
legal documents, financial records, medical stuff.
Exactly. You can't just toss those in the mail or send them as an email attachment.
Right. So how do these same-day couriers handle that security aspect?
Well, they have this thing called chain of custody.
Okay.
Basically, every step of the delivery is tracked and documented, so you know who picked up the package, where it went, who signed for it.
So there's no mystery gaps.
Exactly. It minimizes the risk of, anything going wrong, the package getting lost or tampered with. And for businesses, that level of transparency and security, I mean, it's just crucial.
It really is. It's like a huge weight lifted off their shoulders.
Exactly.
But I'm curious, how does technology actually power all of this?
Right. It's not like these couriers are suddenly driving faster or anything, are they?
Right.
Well, maybe a little. But no, the real magic's happening behind the scenes with software and algorithms. We're talking mobile apps for booking couriers, GPS tracking for real-time location updates. And then there's the routing algorithms, super sophisticated stuff. They can optimize delivery routes, factoring in traffic patterns, weather conditions, all sorts of variables.
So it's like having a super smart logistics manager working behind the scenes.
Exactly. Constantly adjusting and optimizing to make sure those packages are delivered as quickly and efficiently as possible.
That's amazing. So it sounds like AI is playing a big role in all this.
It is, and it's only getting bigger.
Yeah.
Some companies are using AI to analyze historical traffic data weather patterns to estimate delivery times with crazy accuracy.
Wow.
And we can't forget about blockchain technology.
Oh, yeah, blockchain. I feel like I hear that word everywhere these days, but I'm still a little fuzzy on how it actually works.
Well, think of it like a digital ledger.
Okay.
But it's distributed across a network of computers, so every transaction is recorded in a way that's super secure and tamper-proof.
So like an unbreakable chain of evidence for every package.
Exactly. And it's not just about security. Blockchain can automate processes, reduce paperwork, and improve efficiency. Like smart contracts built on blockchain can automatically release payment to the courier once the package is delivered,
Oh,
streamlining the whole payment process. So you can see how blockchain has the potential to really shake things up in the courier industry.
yeah, that's fascinating. It sounds like a lot of this is still, in the early stages, but it's exciting to see how it's developing.
Absolutely. It's a game changer for sure. But,
Yeah.
all this talk about the future is great, but let's not forget about the present. There are real businesses in Boston already reaping the benefits of same-day courier services right now.
Right. We've got those success stories to look at, don't we?
We do. And they're pretty impressive, like the one about Boston Children's Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I was curious about that one. What's the story there?
They use same-day couriers for all sorts of medical deliveries, lab results, patient records, even medical supplies. And the speed and reliability of these services have been a game changer for them in terms of improving patient care. There was even a story about a courier delivering crucial test results that allowed doctors to start life-saving treatment immediately.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, talk about making a real difference in people's lives.
I know, right?
Are there any other examples that really jumped out at you?
Yeah, there's a really interesting case study about an international law firm here in Boston.
Okay.
They use same-day couriers for multi-jurisdictional court filings.
Oh, wow.
Which you can imagine is a pretty complex process.
Yeah, and probably with very strict deadlines.
Absolutely. And by using these services, they've managed to avoid all those hefty late filing fees. Plus, their legal team is way less stressed because they don't have to scramble to meet deadlines.
So it's a win-win for everyone.
Exactly. Peace of mind, cost savings, and improved efficiency. It's a no-brainer for businesses, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it goes to show that these services aren't just about speed. It's also about reliability. Trust,
Right.
building strong relationships.
For sure. And building a reputation for excellence.
Yeah.
There was another example. I think it was an investment firm here in Boston. They use same-day couriers for delivering signed contracts and important regulatory filings.
Makes sense. In finance, everything is time sensitive.
Exactly. And their compliance officer said that using these services has really boosted their reputation among their clients. They're seen as more reliable and trustworthy.
So it's like they're saying, we value your time. We're on top of things. We're going to get things done when they need to be done.
Exactly. It all comes back to that ease and convenience we were talking about earlier. Same-day courier services take all the hassle out of those time-sensitive deliveries and let businesses focus on what they do best.
It's almost like having an invisible partner working behind the scenes to keep things running smoothly.
I love that analogy.
So you can focus on growing your business.
Exactly. And as these services evolve and get even more sophisticated, their role in supporting businesses is only going to grow.
I mean, it's already pretty impressive what they can do now.
It is. And I'm really curious to see what the future holds.
Me too.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away talking about flying drones and self-driving cars,
Right.
I want to make sure we're addressing the here and now.
Of course. Practical advice is always important.
Exactly. So let's get into some more specific examples of how businesses in Boston are actually using same-day couriers to make their lives easier and their businesses more successful.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it.
Going through all this research, it really strikes me just how many different ways businesses are using these services. We've been talking a lot about legal documents and medical stuff,
Yeah,
but it goes way beyond that.
it really does. What other industries come to mind?
Well, the retail industry is a big one, especially with the rise of online shopping.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Same-day delivery has become essential for these businesses to stay competitive. Imagine, you're a small boutique here in Boston,
Okay.
and you've got a customer across town who needs a last-minute gift. A traditional shipping service might take days.
Right.
A same-day courier can get that gift delivered in just a few hours.
That's huge, especially for those I need it now situations.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed either. It's about exceeding customer expectation.
So yeah, that instant gratification.
Exactly. In a city like Boston where everyone's always on the go, that kind of convenience can be a major selling point.
It really can. It's like a way for businesses to stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. It builds loyalty, too. Customers are more likely to come back if they know they can rely on you for fast and dependable service.
Makes sense. So it's like you're saying we value your time and we're willing to go the extra mile.
Exactly. It's a powerful message. And it goes beyond just retail, too. Think about restaurants offering same-day delivery for catering orders.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Or businesses that need to transport equipment or supplies quickly and efficiently.
Right.
The possibilities are endless, really.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to think about all the different ways these services can be used.
It is. But we do have to remember that even with all this innovation, there are still real-world challenges that these companies have to deal with.
Right, like we talked about earlier, the traffic congestion in Boston.
Exactly. And the weather can be unpredictable too.
Oh yeah, those nor'easters can really throw a wrench in the works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No amount of technology can completely eliminate those factors.
True. So how are these courier services adapting to these challenges?
Well, they're getting pretty creative. We talked about bicycle couriers earlier.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Zipping through traffic like it's nothing.
Right. They can navigate those narrow streets and alleyways that cars and vans just can't get to. And they're not as affected by snow or ice either.
Good point. So it's like using the right tool for the job.
Exactly. Sometimes it's a high-tech van with all the bells and whistles.
Oh.
And sometimes it's a good old-fashioned bicycle. And of course, technology is playing a huge role in all this too. Remember how we were talking about AI being used to predict traffic patterns and adjust routes on the fly?
Yeah, it's like having a supercomputer in the passenger seat.
Right. It helps these couriers stay ahead of the game and make sure those packages are delivered on time no matter what obstacles they encounter.
I mean, it's mind-blowing how sophisticated this technology has become.
It is, and it goes beyond just routing too. Some companies are using AI to analyze all that delivery data and identify patterns that can help them improve efficiency. Like they might notice that certain areas have higher demand during certain times of day. So they can adjust their staffing and resources accordingly.
So it's all about making data-driven decisions.
Exactly. Using information to create a more seamless experience for everyone involved.
I like it. And it sounds like that data-driven approach is also being applied to sustainability efforts.
You got it. We talked about electric vehicles and route optimization, but it goes even deeper than that.
Okay, how so?
Well, some companies are experimenting with dynamic pricing.
Oh, interesting. What's that?
Basically, the cost of delivery changes based on things like distance, time of day, and vehicle availability. It's a way to encourage customers to choose more sustainable options, like maybe opting for an off-pick delivery, or bundling their delivery with others in the same area.
So it's like using market forces to nudge people towards more eco-friendly behavior.
Exactly. And it's a win-win-win. Businesses get more efficient deliveries, customers get more affordable options, and the planet benefits from reduced emissions.
Now, that's what I call progress.
It is. But it's important to remember that technology isn't a magic solution for everything. There are always trade-offs, and we need to be mindful of the potential downsides.
Right, like what?
Well, one concern is job displacement as automation becomes more prevalent. As these technologies advance, it's possible that some courier jobs could be automated.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. How is the industry addressing that?
Some companies are investing in retraining programs to help their employees adapt to new roles. Others are focusing on creating new job opportunities in areas like data analysis, software development, customer support.
So it's about finding ways to leverage technology to enhance human capabilities, not replace them entirely.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility.
Speaking of the future, some of the sources you sent me mentioned some pretty futuristic stuff, like drone delivery.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely on the horizon. Imagine a fleet of drones zipping through the air, delivering packages all over Boston.
Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it's closer than you think. Drone technology is advancing rapidly, and it has the potential to revolutionize the way goods are transported, especially in urban environments.
It would definitely solve the traffic problem.
For sure. And then there's autonomous vehicles. Self-driving delivery vans operating 24/7, making deliveries faster, more efficiently, and potentially even more safely.
I can see the appeal, but I have to admit the thought of driverless vehicles navigating the streets of Boston is a little unnerving.
I get it. It's a big change and it'll take some getting used to. But the technology is there, and it's only a matter of time before it becomes mainstream.
So we've got drones in the air, self-driving vehicles on the ground. The future of delivery is going to be pretty wild.
It is. But with all this exciting technology comes some important questions. How do we make sure these advancements benefit everyone?
Right.
How do we address privacy concerns? How do we create a future where technology complements human capabilities instead of replacing them?
Those are all really important things to consider.
They are, and that's why it's so crucial to have these conversations now to think critically about the implications of these advancements. We need to make sure that the future of same-day delivery is one that benefits everyone.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of all this new technology, but we can't forget about the human element.
Absolutely. Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us to shape the future we want to see.
Well said. Ultimately, the success of this industry depends not just on technological advancements, but also on careful planning, ethical considerations, and a commitment to addressing the social impact of these innovations.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about finding that balance between progress and responsibility.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've talked about the history of courier services, the challenges they face, the amazing technology they're using, and the exciting future that lies ahead.
It's been a wild ride.
It has. But I want to make sure our listener walks away from this with some practical advice. So let's switch gears for a moment and talk about how businesses can actually navigate this evolving landscape and choose the right same-day courier service for their needs.
That's a great idea. Let's empower our listener with the knowledge they need to make smart decisions and take advantage of this incredible industry.
Okay, so for a business owner listening to this right now who's thinking, hey, this same-day delivery thing sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What's their first step? Where do they even begin?
Well, the good news is it's actually easier than you might think to get started.
Okay.
But yeah, the first step is really just taking a moment to think about your specific needs. What are you trying to deliver? How quickly does it need to get there? What's your budget? What level of security do you need?
Right. So it's not as simple as just, Googling same-day couriers Boston and picking the first one that pops up.
Exactly. It's about finding the right fit for your business. Once you have a handle on your needs, then you can start doing some research. Check out different companies' websites, read reviews, compare their services and pricing. There are even some online platforms that let you get quotes from multiple providers all in one place.
Wow. So you can shop around, compare prices without having to call a bunch of different companies.
Exactly. Technology makes it so easy these days. But even with all these options available, it can still be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of the key things businesses should be looking for when they're choosing a same-day courier service?
Well, security is always a top priority, especially if you're dealing with, sensitive documents or valuable items.
Right.
You want to make sure the company you choose has strong security protocols in place. Things like background checks for their drivers, secure handling procedures, a clear chain of custody.
So don't just assume that every courier company is going to have the same level of security.
Exactly. It's definitely worth asking those questions up front. You can also check if they have any industry-specific certifications or accreditations that can give you some extra peace of mind. Another big one is technology integration.
Oh yeah, that's huge these days.
It is. You want a company that has a user-friendly online platform or a mobile app, something that lets you book a courier, track your package, and get updates all in one place.
So it's not just about the delivery itself, it's about the whole experience being smooth and streamlined.
Exactly. And while we're on the subject of making things easy, don't forget about customer support. You want a company that's responsive, helpful, and easy to communicate with. Check out their online reviews, see what other businesses are saying.
Reputation is everything.
It really is. And word of mouth can be super valuable too. Talk to other businesses in your network, see if they have any recommendations.
That's always a good idea. So we've got security technology, customer support, anything else?
Insurance. Make sure the company has enough insurance coverage just in case something happens to your package during transit.
Right. You don't want to be stuck with a bill if something goes wrong.
Exactly. It's all about protecting yourself and your business.
Makes sense. And with all this talk about deliveries and logistics, we can't forget about sustainability.
Absolutely. If you're a business that cares about the environment, look for a courier service that's making an effort to reduce their carbon footprint. They might be using electric vehicles or optimizing their routes to minimize fuel consumption.
It's great that businesses have the option to choose a company that aligns with their values.
It is. Sustainability is becoming more and more important these days, and it's something that customers are definitely paying attention to.
All right, so to recap, when choosing a same-day courier service, businesses should be thinking about security technology integration, customer support insurance, and sustainability.
You got it. Those are the key things to keep in mind.
That's a lot to juggle. Any advice for businesses feeling overwhelmed?
Just take it one step at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. Figure out what's most important to you and go from there. Get some quotes, compare different options, and don't be afraid to ask questions. The right courier service can make a huge difference for your business, so it's worth taking the time to find the perfect fit.
This deep dive has been incredibly informative. I feel like I've learned so much about the world of same-day delivery.
Me too. It's such a fascinating industry, and it's amazing to see how it's evolving and adapting to meet the changing needs of businesses.
But before we wrap things up, I want to leave our listener with one final thought. What's the key takeaway you want them to remember as they continue their research into same-day courier options?
I would say this: in a world where speed and efficiency are more important than ever, businesses that embrace solutions like same-day delivery are the ones that are going to succeed. It's about finding the right partners and leveraging technology to make your business the best it can be.
That's a great message. So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to take what you've learned today and use it to make smart decisions about your business. The world of same-day delivery is full of possibilities, and with the right approach, you can unlock those possibilities and take your business to new heights.
And remember, we're always here to help you navigate the ever-changing world of information. So until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.